place. Madagascar surf resort.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, Mama Kelly! Miss Campbell, Miss Fragoso!
It's not a game for me. So, hi Lucy Campbell.
Hello, Justin.
Hello, Leonor Fragoso.
Hello, Justin.
How are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Very good, thank you very much.
Sunburn, I'm sure.
Sunburn, where's that?
We spent a bit too long in the sea, maybe.
Yeah, where are you? Well, let's kick off this podcast. So, welcome viewers. This is the very first Jwcast.
Privileged to be the first people we talk to.
No, I'm privileged. So, where are we for a start? This is a lovely backdrop
Go
here.
on, Leonor.
Setting sunlight.
We are at the Madagascar surf resort in Befassi,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just having 2 weeks of surfing and training, and it's been really good. Pumping every day, no crowds.
No crowds.
The
Empty
dream.
waves.
Yeah.
Pumping, yeah. Couldn't have
That's
asked for
good.
better waves, to be honest.
And how's the consistency in Madagascar?
Too good.
Yeah.
It's usually there's onshore winds in the afternoon, but we surf 4, 5, 6 hours in
Yeah.
the morning, so we
It's
don't
enough.
even,
Actually, we might need to tell the viewers that what do you guys do?
So we both...
We kicked off by ways it is. And there was what do we do?
So Leonor and I both surf on the World Qualifying Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're sort of full-time surfing now with that jamming.
So that means like professional surfers, right?
Professional surfers, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you made it.
I hate it. QS. So
Really?
how's that hard work?
yeah. It's just another job. Instead of going to an office, we go to the waves and surf.
Sounds terrible.
Okay.
We also have the office part.
Yeah,
We're
you're
also travel
Yeah.
agents.
Actually, that's something I want to cover in this in the Jwcast, is talking a little bit kind of behind the scenes of what actually it takes to be an athlete these days.
Yeah.
I know that on the QS, the WQS, the World Qualifying Series, there's a lot of airplane flights you need to take. There's a lot of accommodation, there's a lot of bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys finance yourself around the world?
So,
Because you surf around the world, right?
yeah. So I'm really fortunate to have sponsors that support me to get to all the events on the sort of QS that we need to in the year. And then,
So it's mostly
all,
sponsors.
Mostly sponsors, yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
get any support from your countries? You're from where, Lucy?
I'm from England, and so we've just got a little bit of funding that will be available for the British team,
Okay.
but only to get them to sort of the Olympic qualifying events. and
Right.
things.
Okay. And that comes from where, do you know?
That comes from UK support.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, that's great. And Portugal?
Portugal, there's also there's also a bit of funding for the Olympic hopes,
Yeah.
but you need to be in a certain level to actually get the money. So
Okay.
only for like the top Portuguese surfers that actually can or have more chances to go to the Olympics. There's a bit
Okay.
of money for those.
And so, and how do they decide, for example, who goes to the Olympics? And when is the Olympics? I mean, when is the surfing? It's the first time that surfing's been in the Olympics.
Yeah,
right?
so it's the first time it's going to be in the Olympics, and it's going to be a guest sport.
Okay, so it's an experiment.
Yeah, it's a bit of an experiment. So it's not the same participation numbers this year that there will be. It carries on, and actually it has been accepted for Paris in 2024.
Okay.
So yeah, there'll only be 20 men and 20 women in Tokyo in 2020.
Tokyo. How are the waves in Japan? Are they going to do it in a wave pool or?
No, it's going to be on the beach, which I think has brought up a few little arguments in the
Right. Okay.
So Japan's not
Intrigue.
so famous for waves that time of year.
Right,
It's sort of more a little
seasonal.
later in the season when the hurricanes kick in and things.
Okay.
I think people are just a little bit worried that it won't showcase the sport at its best,
Right.
because with a lot of other sports, say like the 100 meters, you tune in at whatever it is, 1:29, and the race is going to start bang on that time, and you watch it for a couple of seconds, and then you can switch to something else. Whereas with surfing, you might switch onto it, and there'll be a lull. And someone will be watching
What's
it
a
for 10
lull?
minutes.
Explain to you as well. Like this.
The lull
Not
is
everybody's going to be surfers here.
when there's no waves coming through, basically.
There's no
Sort
waves.
of bobbing
Okay.
around, waiting for something to happen. And that might not be so exciting for viewers if
And
they
how,
don't really
how do
understand
they
the sport.
decide who's going to get the gold medal, the silver medal in surfing? How do they judge who's the best surfer over another surfer?
So the judging criteria is based on speed, power, and flow, and critical maneuvers on the most difficult sections of the wave, and also innovation and combination of maneuvers.
Nice. Okay. Good.
So whoever gets the whole package gets the most points.
So that's the same judging criteria they have as the WQS?
I believe so. Yeah.
Pretty much so.
I
They're
think
going to
it's
mark
similar.
what
Yeah.
the two
All
highest
of them.
scoring waves,
Yeah.
Mhm.
add that together.
And then
In 20 minutes, whoever gets the two best waves wins the heat.
Okay.
If it's a 4 people heat, would be the first 2 we go through, and the bottom 2.
So they've decided already it's going to be 2-man heats or
I
two
don't
women
really
heats
know.
or
I'm not
two.
sure because they've chosen 20, which doesn't break down in 4-man heats. So
Okay.
I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
Yeah, 20 is a weird one. It's
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't quite work out. They might have to do 3-man heats or something.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Interesting. Very good.
Interesting. Yeah.
So in that case, if that's the judging criteria, so you guys obviously have to train. You have to train to perform in, I guess, multiple scenarios of waves. Different contests, isn't there? There's contests all over the world. I've noticed from the WSL website. But I also noticed they've given different classifications. In the olden days, they used to be 3-star, 4-star, whatever. But these days, what's this classification?
So it's still the same. It's
Yeah,
sort of
it's
from
similar.
1 star to we've now got 10 stars this year for the women.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of if you win a 1 star, you get 1,000 points. If you win a 10 star, you get 10,000 points. And you sort of do as many events as you can through the year.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, your top 5 event results go to your points, and then it's a ranking, so everyone in the world gets their ranking.
Okay.
And so it's the top 8 woman on that go through to the 6th,
Top 6.
go through to be on the Dream Tour.
The Dream
The
Tour. Tell
CT.
what's the Dream Tour then?
So the Dream Tour is the championship tour, and so it's the top 18 women and top 32 men. 16 women, yeah.
Yeah.
And they go to basically all the best spots in the world.
Wow.
And they get to go and surf there and compete with just 2 or 3 other guys out.
So the motivation
battling it out for the world title.
so the motivation to go be on the WCT is not just to be world champion, I guess, but it's to surf these other waves.
Yeah, and it's a different. It's, I would say, the highest point of a career of a surfer would be,
Okay.
of course, winning a world title or winning the world championship tour,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that's where you get better sponsors, better payments.
Does the WSL pay you a salary when you're in the top 16 on the
No, it's
CT?
all on prize money.
It's
Yeah.
all on prize money.
Yeah.
But literally, you
it's-
can't pretty much lose prize.
No.
You don't get 0.
I think that even if you lose in the first heat and it's 11 events, you get enough money to pay all the expenses
Yeah.
and still get a bit
Yeah.
more. So I would say probably just enough to do everything.
Yeah. Especially nowadays, equal prize money on.
Yeah. It's almost like a salary, but it's
Okay.
just a prize money.
Yeah. It's,
And is the prize money the same in the women's as the men's?
yeah, equal prize money now. I think it's the first
Not that it shouldn't be.
US-based tour, world tour, to become first equal prize money.
Equal prize money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. It never used to be like that, right?
No.
And how's that translate to QS? Is that the same, or
It's the same at most events.
because you guys got the same cost getting to the
Yeah, of
contests,
course. Yeah.
And you work as hard as
and you
well.
work as hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those differences in the prize monies are based on the number of female surfers and the number of male surfers, but the female surfers are each year there's more and more girls surfing, so
And the level is just
So the more entry
going up
payments,
so
the more the
fast.
prize money.
yeah, and more people are more interested now in female surfer than they were back in the day.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
because
the level
is
is super high.
every year it's pushing and pushing.
I think it was Sally Fitzgibbons I saw surfing. Was it Sally Fitzgibbons I saw surfing in on Kelly's wave pool? It was like amazing. Like just her level of surfing is equal. It's enjoyable to watch as the men's. You know?
Yeah.
I think like even a lot of guys I speak to, like they'd almost rather watch Stephanie Gilmore.
Maybe it was Stephanie Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie Gilmore, yeah. She was surfing better than most men.
Yeah, actually the wave pool seemed to level out. I don't know why, but the wave pool seemed to level out the men's and the women's. And, it was really interesting.
So for those who don't know, Stephanie Gilmore is like the style queen of surfing.
Actually, the style queen, right?
Oh yeah.
So who are your favourite surfers going on to that subject?
Stephanie Gilmore.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then obviously through the guys, I really love Griffin Colapinto's style.
Yeah.
So
He's
smooth,
very
stylish.
talented. Yeah, I think he's
And
going to grow
obviously-
into being
oh,
a
yeah.
top pro. Just
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
get a little bit more into the contest side of things. But
I don't know, I think there's different aspects from each surfer that I like maybe I like someone's carve and someone else's snap, or someone's monitor
Yeah.
with like a little bit of inspo
Yeah.
from one of them.
yeah. So who else? Griffin Colapinto, John,
That's true.
Julian
Fanning.
Wilson.
Julian Wilson. Yeah, Julian's a good favourite of mine.
Yeah.
Just for the
Just for
technical
the bottom
aspects,
turn,
the bottom
yeah.
turns, and I don't know. He's kind of good all rounder.
Yeah. And obviously all the Brazilians they are absolutely
Yeah.
Brazilians, yeah. I mean, I'm still waiting for the Portuguese storm. You know,
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. It's gonna come. It's gonna
Yeah.
come. And the UK storm. You know, you guys all have your own tour on your own island.
Maybe Lucas Skinner.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Lucas.
He's
Lucas
gonna
Skinner.
be
Who's
pushing
Lucas Skinner?
Is
I know who Lucas Skinner. is.
And,
Yeah.
Little Robert that
There's a lot of
absolutely
ground
ripped.
tearing
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to go on a boat trip to the Maldives with him recently, and yeah, he's charging, he's busting airs, and
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a-
Really good.
And his
Yeah.
dad's
And his dad is a
His
pro
dad's
surfer.
good.
So
pro,
Yeah, he's
pro
one of the
longboarder,
top
but
in
he's
the
also
world.
a top shortboarder as well.
Yeah.
As well.
yeah, he's one of the best longboarders in the world.
So
Definitely
he's,
one to look out for.
yeah.
great. Okay. So where are we again?
Now
Yeah.
we're in Madagascar.
Yeah. Beautiful sunset going on there.
Yeah,
I'm not going to turn the camera around.
I'm just
Yeah,
really
but,
looking at the
but you can probably see from the orange glow on our faces. Yeah, maybe we're sat in the dark right now anyway because the sun's gone down.
sun's going.
So what you been doing in Madagascar? How you found it? How are the people? What's the everything? What's the whole thing about it?
I really
Not just the
don't wanna
waves.
leave.
Yeah?
I'm really not ready to
You can
leave
stay
yet.
as
No.
long as you want.
Yeah, okay, I'll just sleep on the
You got
sofa.
something to do, right?
Yeah.
Haven't you guys got to go back to Portugal to do something?
So I've got to head back for the European Championships. Yeah.
I'm back just for training.
Yeah.
Yeah, get ready for the European QS.
Okay.
Yeah. Ready for that leg of the QS.
So what's the first one you got when you go back in the European?
Of the European, so I'm doing Board Masters, which is the one
That's
based
the
in
European
England.
event. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which is a pretty awesome event because it's also part of a massive festival.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's awesome to go and like check out the live music and stuff. And
Yeah. Do you have any commitments with your Cornish beer sponsor? I know that you.
Oh, it's actually different. It's sponsored by Corona, actually. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That one.
Keep it there.
Yeah.
But,
Competition. Yeah.
but no, it's always an awesome event because there's always loads of people around watching.
It's grown.
In the evening, it's grown so
It's
much,
grown over
and everyone
years.
comes to the beach. And so if you have like a high tide heat, you have everyone like sat in the beach bar cheering you on. It's so funny.
Yeah, I can
Such a good
remember.
event.
I can remember that event. Probably last time I went was 20 years ago, maybe.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Maybe a little
God.
windy, like tent on the beach. And
And
sorry,
then-
in Portugal, what's the next one for you coming up in
It's the France, the Lacano Pro, and then the Pro and Late.
Yeah.
Europe? Yeah.
Yeah, so we got boardmasters, and then it's sort of an overnight ferry and a drive straight into the contest.
Okay.
They give us like a day to get from England to southern France, and then we got
Are
that
you going
one.
to drive or?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the ferry and drive down, and
Okay.
yeah.
And how do you?
And
You're
so
going to drive up
I'm
there
I'm
from
gonna
Portugal?
drive. Yeah.
And where do you guys stay when you're there?
I don't know. Still
Hashtag
here.
Airbnb.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to maybe rent a camper van
Yeah, right.
because it's just easier. And the houses there are so expensive in this time
Yeah,
of
this
year.
time of year is
So I still don't know if I'm gonna drive in my car and stay somewhere there, or if I'm gonna rent a camper van and
Yeah.
just cruise around.
gonna be living the van life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these days in France, don't you have to stay in a camper, like a camping car
I know
park
the
now?
spots.
You do.
I
I
got it
remember in the
down,
olden days, everybody used to live in the woods.
Yeah, that's basically what I
Yeah.
do for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
You can come and
Still
join
going
me.
on then. Yeah.
You know the
Just clean up your toilet paper. That's the only thing. Good. So going back to the training side of things, you're
Yeah.
going back to Portugal, and Lucy going back to UK to do some training. What does that entail now for? Because I've noticed, I've seen lots of posts from Gabriel Medina, just like doing all sorts of crazy stuff with rubber bands and jumping and balls and.
Yeah, I think like each athlete has its own goals. So each person, I need to work on my mobility. So
What's your qualification again? Then
I have a degree in sports science
Yeah,
and a master's in training.
So you know your shit.
Yeah, I know a bit of it.
Yeah.
And I also have the help of one of my ex teachers, which
Okay.
is now my personal trainer.
Mhm.
And he also gave me the contacts to nutritionists, to a mobility
And
coach.
Mateus.
And
Yeah, he's written me a program as well. It's very good.
And
Mateus
so-
Nutrition.
Yeah, kind of. I have a dream team. I
Yeah.
have the technical coach, the group of coaches there as well. So everything is kind of. I think I'm lucky to have all these people helping me and believing in my work. And so I'll do a bit of physical training, a lot of surf training, and obviously the nutrition is very important.
So what's your typical day look like?
It depends on what part of the season is. Right now that we kind of have all the contests, I think now I have a gap of 3 weeks. So I'll be a bit focusing on technique and heat strategy and scores and work on better scores. So I'll probably do 2 surf sessions a day and a physical training. It can be mobility, it can be something a little bit more cardio, or it depends on how the day is going. But it will be probably 2 sessions and then gym.
Wow. Okay. I was reading and listening to this sports kind of training department. It was for MMA, and these guys were literally having a blood test in the morning, and then this blood test would determine the level of training that they were doing in the day, whether to be doing cardio or resting a little bit more, or maybe doing a little bit more flexibility training or cardio. Please subscribe to the Jwcast YouTube channel